What's up, Brosados? It's Ashley, or OpTic MiDNiTE, and today I look kind of like a burglar. I do. I've got this cool Call of Duty Black Ops 2 hat on. I look kind of like a queef, but it's all good. Sometimes I just feel like wearing hats, you know? I wear special hats from time to time. You guys probably could tell by my YouTube avatar, or if you check out my live stream, you know I put on funny hats every now and then. This was not really funny. I feel like I look like I'm about to rob someplace. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I want to say thank you guys for the positive feedback on last week's Q&A Tuesday. Probably one of the most popular Q&A Tuesdays I've done. So there's like a whole little playlist thing that you can look at or whatever to see that episode. But I just want to say thanks to guys for giving me such positive feedback on that one. So let's get into this week's questions. Hello, I'm Foxy wants to know, who was your first girlfriend and how old were you when you dated her? I get like questions like this a lot, and I hate to repeat myself so much, but if you don't know about my sexuality, I prefer to have no label. I like who I like. Right now I have a girlfriend and she's the most amazing person in the world, but this guy's asking me about my first girlfriend. So the first girlfriend I ever had, I was 16 and she was 15, and yeah, I've done. If you guys watch my high school stories series, I do talk about her from time to time in there. There was lots of funny things, I guess, that happened. Yeah, it was pretty crazy at some times, but yeah, I was 16 when I had my first girlfriend. I was 14 when I had my first boyfriend. So yeah, that's that. How old were you guys when you had your first girlfriend? Put in the comments below if you've ever had a girlfriend, that is. If not, then, you know, it's cool. It'll happen one day. Jack wants to know, where do you see the Call of Duty community going when the next generation of consoles are out, and do you think it will stay alive? Particularly the Call of Duty community, I don't know how much life it has left in it. Obviously, as somebody who likes to play Call of Duty a lot, I hope that it lasts a long time because Call of Duty is one of my favorite games. However, I think YouTube gaming as a whole, there's a lot of other games that people enjoy watching more than Call of Duty. So I guess it'll really just depend on where the Call of Duty series goes, because Call of Duty is one of the biggest series out there on console, and so if it keeps on growing more and more people get interested in it, I think a lot more people will get interested into the YouTube side of things and learning how to get better, or watching somebody play and learning about them. I think that's really cool. So what do I think will happen? I think as long as the next gen consoles really bring it up a notch, and Call of Duty, I think a lot's going to depend on the next Call of Duty, so I think a lot's going to ride on that and how well that game does. Sparky wants to know, what are your thoughts on the Uprising DLC? What do you think about the zombies map? I'm telling you what, I don't even care that there's no weapon in this thing. This DLC map pack looks really awesome. There's going to be 4 new maps, one of which is Studio, which is apparently going to have the exact same layout as Firing Range from Black Ops 1, just going to look a little different. I think that's great. That is one of the best map layouts in Call of Duty. I think it's going to be really awesome. The other maps look really cool. I'm always a fan of Treyarch map packs. They always do a good job on those, and it just looks awesome. I mean, check it out.
Uprising is the most fan-centric DLC package we've ever created.
Wow, see? Looks awesome, right? And then you have the zombies, which I hear is going to be the scariest zombies ever. I'm going to be live streaming the crap out of the DLC Uprising map pack when it comes out next week. So be sure to follow the stream and stay tuned for that. I'm going to be playing zombies and the new maps on the same day, or the first day that it comes out. I'm going to be just going nuts on Call of Duty that day because that looks really fun. I heard it's going to be scary. I heard it's going to be awesome, and I just can't wait to explore it. Matt wants to know, how would you review the CoD championships and how do you think they were presented and who performed best? When I asked you guys to ask me questions for this week's Q&A Tuesday, a ton of you guys wanted to know, what do I think about OpTic placing 3rd? What do I think about Farico winning? What do I think just about how the whole event went down? Obviously, as somebody who's passionate about this stuff, I really wish I could have been there to spectate. I'm not entirely sure how you got an invite to go to that event. I did not get one. I'm not sure how I would have even went about getting one. So I wasn't able to go, but I still had a hell of a time watching it from home this weekend. And I think the event went great. It's the smoothest running event I've ever seen. The fact that they had multiple streams to show each game live, every game was live streamed. I mean, obviously it's a little easier to do when you only have a 32 team tournament, but I think the MLG should take notes from that and have multiple stations live streaming multiple games, because there's so many times where you miss a really cool game that's going down between like some of your favorite teams. You're like, wow, why isn't that on the main stage when you're, you know, and the waiting time in between games on the main stage for them to take down the equipment and set it back up every time is really not fun to watch as a stream watcher. So I think that alone made it, for a viewer, was really good. I heard from the players there that it was put together flawlessly. I mean, the special effects they had on it, the whole venue looked amazing. Obviously, Activision's got that big video game money, so they were able to put on a huge show. I only hope that Big Lands can take notes from that. But as far as the actual event and OpTic placing third, I think that's still really good. Obviously, out of the top 32 teams from around the world, these guys qualified from around the world. There were 16 NA teams that had an opportunity to qualify either through league play or placing top 8 at MLG Dallas. So those are literally the best teams that you're going to see in one venue. I was obviously disappointed because obviously I wanted OpTic to get the 2-peat. I mean, who didn't? If you're an OpTic fan, you obviously wanted to see them take it. And they didn't. They just, the fact that they were all really close games after OpTic pretty much got their ass beat at MLG Dallas by Complexity and by Farico Impact. The fact that they were able to show up and they beat Complexity. They beat an incredible amount of teams to even get to play Farico again. And it was really close games each series. And so that made it obviously more entertaining for me as a viewer, but it showed that OpTic really came a long way and improved since MLG Dallas. And even Farico Parasite tweeted that. He's like, they have improved a lot in like 3 weeks, you know? So it's pretty intense to watch them just really kind of come together and be a little bit better than they were at MLG Dallas, which is amazing. I think that obviously NiDNiTE, you know, they all didn't want to lose. I don't consider third losing. They still went away with $120,000, which, like, that's $30K per player. If I just got $30K for one weekend of a tournament, that's pretty insane. These guys put in work, and so it's really cool to see it pay off for them. But, you know, #1 just wasn't in the cards. Farico is the strongest team out there right now, and I was really actually surprised at how Envy placed. No offense to them. They were kind of along the lines of OpTic. They both placed 5th and 6th at MLG Dallas, so was not really expecting them to be in the finals, but they're my second favorite competitive team, so I was super stoked that they got that far. I love those guys. All 3 of those guys are former OpTics. Rambo, JCap, and Proofy are all former OpTics. Stainville's one of the longest running Envy members, and they've been around for a long time, so I love that team as well. I wish they would have taken it, but still congrats to Farico. They're obviously unstoppable. They've won 3 major LAN events in like 3 or 4 weeks time. I think total as an organization, I think Farico's made like $128,000, or no, not 100, $428,000 as 4 players. That's insane for them, so congrats to them. They're obviously the best. Everyone kind of says, oh, Farico's so cocky, they're so confident, fuck them, you know, they're like, fuck those guys. But those guys have a right to be confident. They're winning, you know, until somebody shuts them up, they're still gonna be that way. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry I kind of went on a rant there about competitive Call of Duty. I was really passionate, obviously, about the Call of Duty Championships, so let me know what you guys thought about this weekend at the Call of Duty Championships. And don't forget to answer if you've ever, when was your first girlfriend? Put that in the comments section as well. I'd like to see you guys just talk about anything down in the comments, but the most important question I want to know is, how do you feel the Call of Duty Championships went? Did you tune into them? Did you not tune into them? If you didn't tune into them, why didn't you? Pretty much everyone did, and to see competitive Call of Duty kind of get some momentum was really fun. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this week's Q&A Tuesday. Give a like on the video if you enjoyed. Be sure to follow my Twitter. That's where I get these questions from, and I'll talk to you guys later.